Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcasts of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Follow the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Welcome in. It is Friday, not just any Friday, August 29th. And you gotta know what happened in Gary, Indiana, way back in 1958. An icon, a legend, the GOAT. The one. There is no comparison. The king of pop, Michael Joseph Jackson, was born. Come on, Mike. Happy birthday, MJ. You're a vegetable. You're a vegetable.
What's the best Michael Jackson album?
Oh, don't do it. I can't. I don't know. It depends. Like I told you, I have a hard time with one and onlys. I am consistent with that. However, right, my favorite, like, you know, of course I like Michael Jackson as a child, but what got me locked in, Off the Wall.
Off the Wall, for sure.
So, but one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs is Dirty Diana.
That's a banger right
I
there.
love that. I love the guitar in that. Just the words, the video. Yeah, I mean, there's so many.
Unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
I say Bad is better than Thriller.
Okay, I can see that. Bad was a good album.
Song.
I can see that. Song for song. That would be an interesting, you know, comparison. I don't know. I can't remember everything that is on Bad, right? I know Dirty Diana's on there, obviously. Bad was the lead single.
The Way You Make Me Feel.
The Way You Make Me Feel. That was a good one. Video was
Liberian
incredible.
Girl.
Liberian Girl, incredible.
Another Part of Me.
Oh.
Man in the Mirror.
Okay.
I Just Can't Stop Loving You.
That 3-album run, Off the Wall, Thriller,
And
Bad.
Yep.
And then when you come back, when you think about the History album that had Remember the Times.
Oh, you skipped an album.
What did I skip?
Dangerous.
Dangerous came before. When
The
did
History album. Dangerous came out in like 92, 93.
Oh.
Remember that had Jam on there?
Yeah, Michael Jordan was in the video.
Dangerous.
Yep. And In the Closet.
In the Closet, yep.
Yeah, you're right. Listen, that Smooth Criminal. Shout out to Royal Jenkins in the chat.
That's my favorite Michael Jackson record, too.
Listen, and the video breakdown.
Oh, man. Come on.
I'm still trying to get the lean, and I know it was a little faked, but I'm still trying to do it. One thing that I never could do was moonwalk. It makes me very sad that I can't
There's a lot
moonwalk.
of people that can't moonwalk.
Yeah, but I should be able to moonwalk. It's not about what other people do.
I was going to say, are you even a dancer like that? But duh, you was in House Party. You was in Tupac's music video and all
I very
that.
much, yeah. Like, no, I was a dancer. if I do say so myself,
really?
I was extremely talented.
You was like a choreographer type, dancer type?
Like, yeah, I was, I went to dance performing arts school, not my school day, but for an after school program.
Nice.
Was part of USC's performing arts annex for many, dance was my passion. That's like what I really, really wanted to do.
If you had the opportunity to, I don't know. I know Sierra just had a music video recently.
Oh, would I go be in somebody's music video? Absolutely.
Okay.
I would go and be a Sparks dancer, a Laker girl, a Rams cheerleader. I would put it out there if I could, if I had the time, 100%, and kill it. Nice. I might need a little extra stretch time and stuff because I haven't been in a dance class or touched the dance floor in a number of years.
Mess around and pull a hamstring, huh?
Man, but I would do it. I would do it and get it popping. I just need a little practice, just a little practice, all right? When we come forward, we're going to get into these trending topics and headlines and, give more flowers to Mike because that is what you do. It is Michael Jackson's birthday. And shout out to his oldest son, Prince. He just announced he's engaged and getting married to his long-term girlfriend. And, the Jackson family continues. April, we will have Jafar Jackson in the Michael biopic. Remember, Nia Long is Katherine Jackson. Coleman Domingo is Joe Jackson. So we're on a Jackson's high right now. All right, all of that and more on the other side. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ride with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Exciting news, ladies! Always Discreet Boutique Bladder Leak underwear are available in black and printed design. Protect yourself with style. These fit and feel just like real underwear, and they give you up to 0 leaks, 0 odor. Designed for all shapes and sizes, they give you the confidence to be fully yourself. Don't let bladder leaks hold you back. Buy Always Discreet Boutique Bladder Leak underwear now.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-226-8833. That's 800-226-8833.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you ready to be a part of the conversation that will help shape our nation's future? Get ready to join us for the Left Coast Forum, Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech, where progressive voices will come together to tackle the issues that matter most to working families across Los Angeles and beyond. From economic justice to climate action, from healthcare to housing, we're bringing together the brightest minds and most passionate advocates for real solutions and real change. With work workshops, 2 major keynote addresses, and a closing reception with great music and good food. It's the Left Coast Forum, where your voice matters and your ideas take action. Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech. Brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the LA Progressive. The future won't wait, and neither should you. Mark your calendar now to be there and be heard. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details.
Now back to more entertainment news with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. You know, we are celebrating the GOAT's birthday, Michael Jackson, Dirty Diana, off of the 1988 Bad album. Or was that 87? Maybe 87, officially when it was dropped. You know. Shout out to this. I will tell you, I was in a pageant as a teen, and my talent, I was going to dance. Well, I did dance. And guess what song I picked? This one. Guess what they said? Absolutely not. Because of the content. Listen to what he's talking about. And I was a teen. Absolutely inappropriate. I didn't even think about it. It didn't even register to me. They were, and yeah, it was a teen Christian pageant at that. Miss LA Christian Tina. Anyway, I ended up dancing to Candy, which equally inappropriate, especially considering what we know that it's about now. But hey, shout out to all the pageant girls or whatever. All right, listen, you know how this goes down. If at any point you want to get in the conversation, 800-920-1580. Hit us up on social media, KBLA 1580. I am at Stiletto Jill everywhere. Download the app. Get into that YouTube chat. It's already chatting. They have suggestions for favorite MJ songs, correcting me on some of my MJ knowledge, the songs that we forgot that were, you know, in that latter part of the Dangerous and the History album. Smooth Criminal. How can I forget Smooth Criminal? Come on, man. Scream. Janet and Michael together. And as Royal Jenkins pointed out, it was the most expensive music video of all time. It was absolutely amazing. You know, Mike had his videos premiering on network television.
I was going to make that point about that being the highest video, whatnot. But if I'm not mistaken, didn't Busta Rhymes and Janet surpass that?
Maybe.
Or maybe got a little bit close?
Got close with What's It's Gonna Be.
Mm-hmm.
That was my jam, too. So, you know, just the family in there doing business. 2 earth signs ruling. You know, Michael is a Virgo. Janet is, of course, a Taurus, like me. So, lotta going on there. All right, listen, I didn't break down all of the topics that we're going to be getting into tonight. So, first up, when we discovered, and shout out to Deion Sanders, you know, college football season is on the horizon. Are you guys ready? What are your alliances? Drop them in the chat. Let me know. I like to know these things, even though I don't really get into college football. But if you do, I'm here to support you in that. Andy.
Still waiting on a victory from Michael Vick. Michael Vick had his coaching debut, I believe, last night. Lost, but, you know, we're looking for a victory.
I mean, it's his first year coaching, right, as a head coach. So there's adjustments, all of that. We can be patient. I believe. I don't know, though. I don't know what the program's legacy and history says, how much patience they're going to have. I hope they give him a little bit. Everybody is not Deion. Can't run it up right there. So we'll see. But Karrueche says that she is dating and happy. And, of course, the streets, the internets, us. We're connecting the dots. So we're going to hear what she had to say. And do you know that there was an original Spinderella before Didi Roper joined Salt-N-Pepa as Spinderella? Well, she has some smoke for S&P and their Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction that is coming up. She feels like she should at least be invited to be in the audience. So we'll get into what she has to say. And we are also closing the night with a spotlight on South LA's creative future. I went to an event launch the other day, I believe it was Tuesday, for the laboratory, right? And it is a venture with Grammy Award winning producer James Fauntleroy. It is going to be, when it opens, a creative hub for, so many, let me slow down. So many creatives come out of South LA. Nipsey, we see all of the things entrepreneurially, artistically that he was able to do. We've seen what Issa Rae has been able to do coming out of South LA. John Singleton, me, all of us that are Andy, pop it. There's so much creativity. There's so much talent in this area, but we haven't always had access to resources. So what James Fauntleroy is doing with this particular venture is putting a spotlight and bringing resources, jobs, and opportunities along with training for creatives and a creative space, a content space to South LA. So we are going to talk with him. We also talked to Mayor Karen Bass and Ri-Karlo Handy. We're also going to be bringing Ri-Karlo in studio because he is also a television producer. One of his shows is The Braxtons. So we're going to bring him in and talk about not just his charitable side, but also his TV side and how he connects the two. So we'll have those conversations coming up at the end of the hour. Now, before we get into Karrueche, we have a caller on the line, Eric from Carson. What's going on, Eric? How are you this evening? What's on your mind?
Hey, happy Friday, happy Labor Day weekend.
Happy MJ Day, too. What's going on?
Exactly. That's what I wanted to talk to you about very quickly. My top three KBLA favorite shows are Jill Munroe, Dominique DePrima, and Tavis Smiley. And I was listening to Tavis Smiley on today, but he was playing a show from yesterday that I didn't listen to. And my family and I have a group chat, and we were talking about my favorite three Michael Jackson songs. The first one was number one all time is I Can't Help It. Number two is Blame It on the Boogie. Okay. And number three is Dangerous. And so
can
Tavis
you bring
Smiley
the Jackson stuff into your favorite MJ song? I'm just asking. Okay. I'm just asking for clarity's sake. Okay. Go ahead. Continue.
So Tavis Smiley opened his second hour with I Can't Help It. And so I thought that was ironic that I had been discussing that as my favorite song in my family chat, and then he plays, out of all the songs that he could have played, that's the one that he played, and that's letting me know there's a God. So I said all that to say this. In January 31st, 1993, Michael Jackson opened for the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. He stood still for 2 minutes. That's a long time.
It is.
And the crowd roared, and the stage manager was pissed at the beginning. But the point is that Michael Jackson demanded perfection, just like Kobe Bryant. That's just what he was about. And so that's what I want to strive to be. I think Libras are better. I want to strive to be like Michael Jackson.
I'm rocking with you, Eric. I'm rocking with you tonight.
I feel that. All right, Eric. Shout out to you. We love a good MJ story. I Can't Help It is an amazing song. So, again, points. We'll give you a little. Thanks for. Did you have anything else
when
you
I
want to
get
add?
points for you, when I get points from you and Andy, that's all I need for today.
All right. Well, happy to oblige. Enjoy your holiday weekend.
Thanks, Jill.
So let's get into Karrueche Tran, another Taurus, by the way. Just, wanted to put that out there. The beauty, the greatness, the iconery. Anyway, she showed up in the video during Deion's announcement of the road to recovery he was dealing with after having his bladder removed and going through that process. And people were wondering, is she just a good friend? Is she supporting? What's going on? Well, she was recently on a podcast, one that I think it's called Sipping Tea. Her friend Christina Milan host along with another gentleman. And she was asked how she's feeling right now about dating. Still coy, but very poignant with her response.
It's hard to...
Guys.
So is she dating right now? I saw that you took a liking into football recently.
Hey, girl.
He took it there.
Catch. Touchdown.
Yeah,
I'm like looking at Aaron like,
yeah.
How far can I go with this?
Are we fired?
Yeah.
She's dating?
Yeah, she's
dating. Like
Is she having fun?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, look at that smile.
If I wasn't having fun, I wouldn't be in it. I'm at a point in my life, I know what I want. I've dated a lot. I've done a lot. I did this. I did that. Young, old, da-da-da-da-da. And so if I wasn't happy and content and feeling good in my situation, I'm not wasting my time.
Yes.
I don't have the time for it. I'd rather be at home, namaste, child, in bed at 9 o'clock doing my own thing if I'm not happy, So, yeah, I'm in a good place.
I love that.
Yeah.
We're here for it.
Yeah.
I know that's right, Karrueche. So shout out to Karrueche. She is good. She's glowing, and she's not particularly hiding her relationship status. She's just saying, I'm good, and that's all y'all need to know, right? Because we know the next context will be everybody's going to run down her past relationships. I can do it for you. Here we go. Chris Brown, Victor Cruz. What's my guy's name from the Migos? Why am I blanking on
Takeoff?
No.
Offset?
No.
What's the name?
Quavo. There we go. Quavo. There's a little bit there.
When did they date?
Briefly for a minute.
Was it before Sweetie or after?
I can't remember the time frame.
It got to be before then, maybe.
I don't know. It was,
That's why Chris Brown and Quavo was going at it, huh?
Facts.
See, I didn't know that.
There you go. But, Karrueche's 36, Deion's 57, head coach of Colorado. They've both been through some things. And I think it's nice, right? I think it's nice. He's still in the spotlight. So is she.
What did you call Deion Sanders again?
What do you mean? What did I say he was looking for potentially?
Yeah, considering his age.
A hospice husband? He's looking for a hospice wife.
I guess Karrueche enjoys rubbing them toes in, huh?
It's only 3.
It's 7.
I'm joking. I'm talking about on the individual foot.
Let
me tell you, I saw, okay, listen, I am not saying this. I saw in the comments someone say that Deion's daughter, says that foot and leg, because the toes amputated and all of the things with the foot, that it looks like a burnt up little turkey leg.
There's images of it if you go on.
I don't need a visual.
And you know what's crazy? It's not even all that bad. It's not that bad.
Probably isn't, but you have to be a certain type of woman to enter in, not already be there, right? Because you're supposed to hold it down for your person no matter, kind of what happens. That's the thing. But to go in knowing this stuff is already happening, it's a good-hearted individual, yes. Yeah.
Absolutely. That just goes to show that sometimes, man, it's all about your spirit more so than the physicality stuff. You know what I'm saying? So if Karrueche can overlook, you know what I mean, those physical disabilities, man, shout out to you. And shout out to Deion Sanders' spirit.
Right. They just vibing, hanging out, enjoying each other's company, having a good time, and I'm here for it. It's a culture where everyone wants to play detective with dating lives and what have you. And here's the thing, though, right? For the most part, they managed to keep this quiet. It was only revealed when they wanted it to be revealed. So shout out to them for that. I always say, people think that it's hard to keep things quiet in Hollywood, but it's not. You just gotta keep your mouth closed a little bit. All right, listen, when we come forward, we are going to get into some OG Salt-N-Pepa facts. Forensic Accountant in the YouTube chat is already sharing with us, if you didn't know, that at one point in time, Wendy Williams was on the consideration list to be DJ Spinderella. Yes, that Wendy Williams, she of Queen of Gossip. Yep. Listen, hip-hop, people don't usually just in any of this come out of nowhere, at least back in the day. They were grinding, a part of it, touching the, corners, the hems for a long time before they got their break. And so, anyway, we will get into what the original Spinderella has to say about the upcoming induction into the Hall of Fame for Salt-N-Pepa. All of that and more when we, on the other side, when we come forward. News, traffic, and sports up next.
Are you ready for the hottest entertainment scoop in Los Angeles? She's bringing you exclusive interviews with today's biggest stars, behind-the-scenes Hollywood insights, and all the entertainment news you need to know. She's breaking down what's trending, what's ending, and what's just beginning in the world of entertainment. You're riding with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. The New York Police Department says thousands of officers will be deployed for Monday's Jubilee Festival and West Indian Day Parade in Brooklyn, the city's largest police presence of the year.
Say something, do something, notify the police that are there.
Black Mayor Eric Adams is urging New Yorkers to report suspicious activity. The Chicago Board of Education has approved the 2025-2026 school budget, closing a $734 million deficit with $300 million in cuts and a delayed $175 million pension payment. It also rejects Black Mayor Brandon Johnson's proposed $200 million high-interest loan. And HBCU Morgan State University has received a $1.75 million grant from the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation to plan a Doctor of Medicine program, which President David Wilson calls a pivotal step toward training diverse physicians and closing care gaps. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Delays in Griffith Park, South 5 crowding up from the 134 freeway as you continue in stretches all the way to the 605. It's also tough on the 110. This is northbound slowing in South LA, leaving the 105 freeway all the way to the 101. An earlier wreck is wrapped up coming up on 6th Street. Southbound delays away from Stadium Way in Elysian Park, heavy and slow ahead to Florence, where they're also wrapping up another wreck. And it's tough into the Cajon Pass. The 15 northbound loading up at the 210 freeway to the 138.
The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
USC and UCLA kick off the 2025 season tomorrow. Both teams have a lot of work to do to make up for a disappointing season last year. USC, 4-5 in the Big Ten last year, is at home against Missouri State. UCLA, 3-6 last year in the Big Ten, opens up against Utah in the Rose Bowl. Second year for head coach Deshaun Foster at UCLA. Foster has 57 new players and 8 new assistant coaches. It's a critical year for USC coach Lincoln Riley. This is Riley's 4th season at USC. Under Riley, the Trojans have failed to make the college football playoffs. The best HBCU football game tomorrow is in Miami. Howard and Florida A&M are meeting up in the annual Orange Blossom Classic at Hard Rock Stadium, home of the NFL Miami Dolphins. 1 p.m. kickoff Pacific time. You can catch the game live on ESPNU. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Follow the leader. Oh my God. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
If you're an African American mom who is pregnant or have a baby under 6 months old, you deserve care that lifts, listens, and lasts. Black Infant Health is for you. It's a free program with individual support, group sessions, and resources to start your mothering journey. BIH makes space for moms and their families to create community. Learn more about the programs in Los Angeles County. Check us out at blackinfanthealth.org.
Dr. Renee here. Did you know this time of year is considered peak asthma season because we typically see a spike in asthma-related hospitalizations? If you have asthma and are having difficulty breathing despite medication, it's time to check in with your doctor so you can help avoid landing yourself in the hospital this season. To learn more about managing your asthma, visit www.luma-edu.com. That's LUMA-edu.com. This message is brought to you by Amgen and AstraZeneca.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Dr. Nicolai Corte. Let's preserve black land stories before they're lost forever. I want to personally invite you to be a part of something historic. As journalist in residence for the Black Land Lost Narrative Archive Project, I've joined forces with powerhouse attorney and social justice champion George Fothery, the man who helped make history by delivering justice to the Bruce family in Manhattan Beach, securing the first known return of land unjustly taken from black owners by a local government. That victory was monumental, but it was just the beginning. For generations, black families have acquired land through grit, faith, and determination, only to lose it through violence, legal loopholes, forced sales, and systematic racism. What's been taken goes far beyond dirt and deeds. It's the erasure of wealth, identity, and legacy. That's why we've launched the Black Land Lost Narrative Archive Project, a national effort to collect, protect, and preserve the stories of black land lost before they're buried, forgotten, or erased altogether. Because there's power in telling black stories, there is resistance in remembering, and there's justice in being seen and heard. This is where you come in. We're inviting you to be a part of this historic black narrative archive. If you or someone you know has experienced land loss, displacement, or forced property sales, your story deserves to be heard and remembered. Your story belongs in this archive. Your truth matters not just to your family, but to our collective future. Visit blacklandlost.org today. Fill out our simple intake form and add your voice to the National Archive of Remembrance, Resilience, and Reckoning. Let's make these stories live on, not in whispers, but on the record. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Dr. Nicolai Corte, and as always, we welcome your feedback.
You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Welcome back in. You know how we do around here. We got to celebrate the birthday of the GOAT. All stages of MJ. This was Fro era Mike, where he would snap that neck back so hard on the little emphasis. And the fro would go flap, flap forward. Man.
Let's shout, shake your body down to the ground. Let's shout, shake your body down to the ground.
Definitely Studio 54 music.
One of my favorite moments was, I don't know what show that was. Definitely before my time. I want to say it was a white lady hosting, but
Cher?
I want to say it was Cher.
Was it long hair part in the middle?
But he was over there busting a robot, like,
yeah,
killing it.
It was with Cher.
That was Cher? Okay.
Yeah, first there was the Sonny and Cher show, then it was just the Cher Variety Hour, and, you know, Cher was known for getting down and getting funky with some of the guests or whatever. Another Taurus. I'm going to tell you this. You know, we some of them ones. Shout out to MJ. All right, so check this out. Salt-N-Pepa's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction should be a celebration, and it is, right? But the original Spinderella, Latoya Hanson, if you aren't familiar, if you didn't watch the Salt-N-Pepa movie or any of those things, check out the cover of their first album, Hot, Cool, and Vicious. She's on the cover, right? And she did the mixing for the whole album, but obviously she didn't make it through. Things happen, right? Especially when it's female groups, right? So 1986 was when Hot, Cool, and Vicious dropped. By 1987, she was gone. 16-year-old DJ Spinderella was in the mix, DJing in the Push It video, even though those were Latoya's scratches, right? Well, TMZ recently caught up with her, and she said, and I quote, "The type of sneakiness from Cheryl Salt James that got me booted from the group is happening again." Now, if you were unaware, or again, didn't watch the movie, at the time, Salt was dating Salt-N-Pepa's producer, Herbie Lovebug. What is Herbie's last name? I can't remember, but Herbie Lovebug, right? He wrote most of the Salt-N-Pepa raps, along with, I guess, Kid and Play, sprinkled in some help with some of those. He is the producer credited, and technically, he's where all the royalties, along with the labels, have been going all of these years. But there were allegations during the group time, as with a lot of female groups, where someone ends up dating a manager, a figurehead, right? That, you know, there was favoritism going on. So she is upset that she was not invited to attend the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony. She's saying that it would have made things right and that she still would sit with them, right? Salt-N-Pepa are one of the first female all-rap groups to break the mainstream barriers. We obviously understand what they mean to hip-hop and just music history in general, right? Leaving a founding member out of the legacy of the group, it's a cultural question, but how many people really hang on to her and her involvement or even recognize that? Is that a fair assessment? But the flip side of that is, if you put into something, would you want to be excluded? So we'll have to see, right? We know the history that Salt-N-Pepa is being honored for, and she does play a role in that, but it is what it is. All right, listen, coming up, South Los Angeles is getting its own creative hub, as I mentioned, one designed not just to produce content, but to train and employ the next generation. It's been started by Grammy-winning artist James Fauntleroy, and he, alongside Mayor Karen Bass, Ri-Karlo Handy of the Handy Foundation, and partners at Brick and CVL Economics are launching the Creators Laboratory in Crenshaw. It's funded by California Jobs' first LA Catalyst grant, and it's located at 4707 Crenshaw Boulevard. They're still, doing work on it. When we got to see the space, it is very rough, but they're developing it. It's going to be a production studio, a registered apprenticeship program for short form, unscripted animation, and more. So that means that it will be a resource right here in the South LA community, right? So we talked to James Fauntleroy about the vision and why Crenshaw. We talked to Mayor Karen Bass about the commitment to the city, the jobs impact, and there was representatives from Film LA, which is the film permitting company that issues permits for the city of Los Angeles. They said that they are working diligently to get more tax credits added so that Hollywood can remain Hollywood as we've all known and loved. So, this just isn't another Hollywood ribbon cutting ceremony. It's a way of saying Crenshaw is valuable just the way it is, and the talent here deserves nurturing. So check out those interviews. Enjoy your holiday weekend. Have a libation or two from me, and I'll check you guys back on Tuesday.
You're riding with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Founded in Los Angeles in 1986, litigation powerhouse Quinn Emanuel has deep roots in the Los Angeles community. Since 2007, we have litigated some of the largest fires on the West Coast. We are proud to be the only AmLaw 100 firm in the country to represent wildfire victims, giving affected individuals, families, and businesses the same focus and individualized attention we devote to our Fortune 500 clients. BTI Consulting has repeatedly recognized Quinn Emanuel as among the 4 law firms in-house counsel least like to oppose in any litigation, and we are often deemed the most feared. And after securing over $80 billion for our clients in various matters firm-wide, we understand why. If you have been affected by the recent wildfires in Altadena and the Palisades and would like to discuss your situation further, please contact wildfire support at QuinnEmanuel.com or call us at 213-443-3050. Quinn Emanuel is proud to sponsor Conversation Live Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Now back to more entertainment news with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Jill Munroe from KBLA Talk 1580, and today we are in South LA at the Creators Laboratory. South LA is the place where lots of innovation comes from the city of LA, and now we're here with James Fauntleroy, Mayor Karen Bass, and others to turn these dreams into reality, a tangible reality. Did you say action? Okay. Hey, it's Jill Munroe for KBLA Talk 1580, and today we are in South LA. Crenshaw isn't just a location, it's a statement. And what are we doing here? We're turning dreams into reality at the Creators Laboratory. Check it out. Talk 1580. Like whatever you said, I got you.
No, I want to hang it up somewhere, like maybe right here actually. Francisco's right there, he can hammer it. He just slaps the wall and the nail goes in it. Okay, let's do it.
So this is going to be quick. I'm standing here with Grammy Award winner James Fauntleroy, Inglewood's own, and you're a Taurus like me, May 16th, Janet Jackson, Ralph Tresvant. I had to put that in the building. Hits for SZA, Chris Brown, Jay-Z, like I could go on and on and on. But you're here in South LA, right, for this special project. Can you tell me a little bit about, we'll tell our audience a little bit about it.
Sure. What's up, audience? So this place is called Laboratory. Laboratory is a workforce development program. It comes on not the tail end, but it's a part of kind of a decade-long process of me learning about pathways, like the term pathways, right? From my original education program, it was really way more about just exposure. Like, let me just show you how to do it. It was music-based. Let me show you this software. Let me show you this whatever. And for some people, that was great because they're self-starters. And some of them was probably going to be popping anyway, you know what I mean? But the majority of people, or I'll say the majority of the people who could contribute are not necessarily people that can walk themselves all the way to the launch. Okay, so I guess we need to wrap.
We're done. Yeah. Okay, cool. We'll thank you so much. No problem. Hi, James. Jill again. Yeah.
1580 AM.
Yes, sir. Right down the street here.
That's right.
Our studio's right down the street. So, what made you understand or know, or the feeling that Crenshaw was the only place for this location?
It's not the only place. Honestly, I'm planning on putting these all over the planet Earth. And so what this is to me, though, is the only and perfect place to launch this, to kick this idea off with this community. From the world's perspective, low socioeconomic communities are kind of the end of opportunity. And so we all know that on the other side of that, what people are saying is really the beginning. It's really such an important just factor in entertainment and culture and products and commerce, advertising, everything. And so where else could I possibly start than the place that birthed me, the place that I came from? Like, for me, who as a songwriter, this year I co-wrote the biggest song on the planet. And so for me to be able to...
You got to say the name. You can't just say I wrote the biggest song on the planet and just... We want to hear all the accolades.
I mean, please stream it further. It's Die With A Smile, Bruno Mars featuring Lady Gaga, or the other way around, two geniuses. But for me to even be able to have access to them, and then for all of us, everybody that worked on that song, to reach the entire world it's just a small piece of evidence of what I believe is possible in this community and all these communities around the planet. So I just think this is the perfect place. So many of us come from here. So much of entertainment history has come through this area and through this city. And so I just think this is what I would consider the natural next step in turning this into what it could be.
So how do you want the kids to feel when they walk past these doors or walk through the doors? What do you want them to soak up and embody?
I really want somebody to walk by here and get a new idea of something that represents them. Because typically, like where I grew up, which is in this neighborhood, when you go into a beauty supply, which I had to so many times with my mama or my auntie or something, there's just inventory everywhere. You go to a convenience store, a liquor store, the gas station, just our whole entire environment, it has so little love. And there's a lot of different factors in that throughout history and systemic things and blah, 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 whatever. But at the end of the day, even left to our own devices, a lot of times we'll accept less quality because we've been taught that that's what represents us. And so what I want somebody to walk by when they see this is not be like, wow, look at that, but wow, look at me. Look at my neighborhood, and therefore me and my family and my friends. This is something that also represents us.
Okay, last question. So what is one obstacle or door that you've had closed that you hope that this specific program and facility can open up for the next generation?
There are so many. I mean, so many things. But obviously in my travels and doing all these different businesses, like I have schools around the world and, just doing a lot of different things where when I get into certain places, we all know about how you have to change your voice, but it doesn't matter how much you change yourself. There's just certain people that can't see past the identity that they can fit you into easiest. And so that's what this is about. It's about, one, for the individual, right? Being able to just open their eyes to the availability of more identities, but also to the people we're interacting with. It's to show the world that what you thought, the simple box you want to fit people in, it doesn't work all the time. And so that's what's really important about this, is just letting people know that it's one thing to say you can be anything, because on one hand, you can't be anything. You can't do everything, but you can do so much more than what people will tell you for the sake of simplifying the world for themselves. So I've had so many opportunities, so many business deals, partnerships, so many things that were impossible for me to communicate my idea and be taken seriously. And so what I ended up getting in the habit in was doing it myself. So that's really a big part of what this program and curriculum and partnership is about, teaching people that, yes, you can have the skills, I can teach you how to acclimate, how to speak this language, so on and so forth, but also believe that you can do it. Your own resources, you're good enough, the things you have available to you can be tools that can bring you, propel you to a global scale, you know what I mean?
Well, James, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. The KBLA is literally right down the street, so if you need anything from us, please don't hesitate to ask.
We're going to talk about it.
Thank you so much. What do you feel about the Crenshaw district as the absolute area and place that we need for this type of incentive?
Well, I think the Crenshaw district is the center of African American life, and it is what Central Avenue used to be in the prior generation. And so doing everything we can to make sure that the businesses and organizations that are here can get started, develop, and thrive, and that we can recycle our dollars right back into our own neighborhood. So to me, the space we're in right now is about preparing the next generation. Our kids have all of the ideas and all of the creative energy in the world, but those ideas don't necessarily translate into income streams or the ability to be self-sustaining. This is an opportunity to teach kids how to use their creative energy in that manner.
So as a trailblazer yourself, what is one obstacle or door that kind of was shut for you that you hope that this institution can break through and show to the children that are coming up?
Well, fortunately, when I was coming up, I was always involved in political activity. I never thought about it as a career. It was what I did after work. And so the idea that young people now can take their ideas, no matter what they are, whether they're political or if it's creative in an artistic way, and develop those into career opportunities is something that this generation has at its disposal.
And last question, what is it about this partnership with James Fauntleroy that you think it's totally unique to the city of Los Angeles?
Well, you know what? I don't think it's unique to our community. I think there's a lot of examples of celebrities, people who have made it in the entertainment industry, who are based right here. From John Singleton to Boys in the Hood. I think of Issa Rae, Tiffany Haddish, James.
That word quite a bit today, So we're talking with Ri-Karlo Handy, right? From the Handy Foundation. All right, let's get it right. We're talking with Ri-Karlo Handy from the Handy Foundation, and we're going to learn a little bit more about how you are involved in this whole ecosystem of talent, resources, and innovation.
The short version is in 2020, we started an assistant editor training program for 8 people. 5 years later, we have apprentices in about 20 different.
What type of editors? I didn't ask.
Assistant editors. So think about an assistant editor like a mechanic, right? So you need them on every single kind of production. So we found occupations that could be placed anywhere, right? So we have apprentices on everything from American Idol to the new Now You Can See Me 3 movie coming out to Superman that just came out. All people in post-production and content creation all support jobs. So coordinators, assistant editors, hair and makeup. One of the hair and makeup artists on Superman was from our apprenticeship program as well. So a lot of times people may have some experience or maybe even have gone to college and got a training, but to actually know how to navigate the career, you need mentorship, you need continuous access to skills training, and that's what the apprenticeship process and our pathways are all about.
100%. Tell me, what made you pick this as the way that you wanted to give back? Were you involved in entertainment? How did you kind of get into this?
Yeah. So I've been producing television for 25 years, right? So one of my new shows coming out is The Braxtons, coming out on WeTV in this fall. So I know that the trailer's out. Definitely check that out. I have another show coming out on September 10th on Aspire TV called Harlem Globetrotters Secrets of the City. It's a travel show. And I've been producing TV shows for years. I've launched Bounce TV, so a lot of the shows on that network I helped create or develop, like Saints and Sinners, a lot of the BET stuff like Keisha Cole back in the day. So I've been doing this, right? And in our process, I've always had, we never called them apprentices, but we always had somebody that was on the come up, right? That we were all trying to look out for, help, etc. So it's in the DNA. And now it's just formalized into this organization and finding like-minded people like James Fauntleroy for us to partner up and hit this thing from both sides: music, products, actual businesses that are essential, and the training for the development of content.
So last question, why is the Crenshaw district so important to the creative process, especially for Los Angeles?
I mean, that's easy. You ask half the black people in this room what the first movie that got them excited about LA was. It didn't happen in Hollywood. It happened on Crenshaw Boulevard, most likely, right? It was in Compton. It was in Watts. It was in the communities that the culture of those communities are the soundtrack to the world, right? So you don't even got to say the song. Everybody know what I mean when I say they're not like us.
Are you from LA?
I'm from Oakland.
Okay, close enough. We cousins. All right, Bay Area represent.
All my cousins are from LA, right? So we would be back and forth. But I've been in LA since I was 18 years old. That's why when the balloon pop, I ain't move. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm saying though. Yeah, I got it. But I'm saying for real though, like, it is exciting to actually have a genuine physical spot to make a contribution to the culture on Crenshaw Boulevard. So it wasn't a question when James said what he was doing, did we want to be a part of it? It was just like, how can we help?
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. We're here with Rahel, co-founder of Laboratory. I want to know, why is the Crenshaw district the perfect place to put the laboratory?
You know, we're trying to change people's identities. A lot of times I feel like areas like this become neglected, and we don't realize how important it is for spaces on Crenshaw that foster so much culture and heritage here. We don't realize how much these areas get neglected sometimes, and so it was really important for us to come to Crenshaw and really make sure that we're changing the narrative. We're changing the narrative of how people are interacting with retail, how people are interacting with education, and really bringing it all back to our home.
So what is an obstacle or a challenge that you've had to overcome that you hope that opening a space such as this will, be moved out of the way for the next generation?
Well, I'm a young black woman, so that comes with its own hurdles, and it's daily challenges. I think challenges of not not being not given a seat and not giving a space in spaces where I'd also deserve a space. And so I think that in building places like this, that's our goal, is to just make sure that everyone is accurately represented, minorities are accurately represented, and we're giving people a platform to launch their own businesses and become their own entrepreneurs.
So if people want to learn more about Laboratory, you, all of the things that you do here, and maybe get involved, where can they go to get more information?
They can go to laboratory.mx. We're also going to be launching our Instagram page, which is laboratory.io. And yeah, that's where you can find things with Laboratory.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News.